What has your experience taught you about managing up and managing down?
So I'm not an aggressive up manager, except to say I communicate pretty clearly. So managing up, it's very much who your boss is. So I've had 3 bosses at Turner, and I said, how do you want to be communicated to? Some people are like, just call me when there's a problem. Other people are like, just keep me I don't want to be surprised, so keep me apprised of things that might get to me, right? And so there's some kind of questions around how do you want to be communicated with. I don't think of it as so much managing as more like just communicating. But the one thing I really try hard to do is when there is some kind of problem, right, that we've got to kind of walk through, I always provide multiple options, right? I always provide a recommendation. So I think it's I think block and tackling kind of advice, but I really strongly believe that, especially going up, I can't say, here's a situation, tell me what the answer is. That's not my job, right? My job is to say, here's a situation, so you have the context. Here are the 3 things I would recommend, possible things to recommend. I would go with, this option. If it were me, do you want to discuss, right? And that providing the recommendations is critical. Similarly, was in a meeting the other day, and my team was like, here's all the information. We want to talk about this thing in great depth for an hour. And I said to them, and they wanted a decision at the end of it. And I said, guys, this is not appropriate. So you need to go back, restructure this so that I can form an opinion. I basically the discussion needed to take a day the way they had it structured. And I said, guys, here's the decision you want from me. These aren't inputs that I can get from here to there, right? It's more like there are 2 steps that you've missed. So I've forced them to go back and, in effect, reprocess the inputs to a form that is better. And then I said, look, I want options. And you might imagine the options might be something like this. So I gave them kind of the outline of it, very much like, well, the first thing is do nothing. The second thing is do a little something. The third thing is blow the whole thing up and start over, right? Like it was kind of fairly generic. I mean, I really didn't solve the problem for them. I'm trying to teach them how to manage up, right? And I think that's important. And what's interesting is the guy who called the meeting said in the middle of it, he was like, we should cancel this meeting. We're not ready for you. I made a mistake. I really should have not had this meeting. Because he realized that he actually hadn't done a good job of managing up. Like 20 minutes in, he kind of knew it.
So the key to managing down is teaching others how to manage up.
Yeah, that's probably true.
That's really cool. Yeah.